Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick, and in today's video I want to talk about tank sizes and what size tank is best for your crested gecko as it grows through the stages of life. But before I get into that, I want to thank everybody for subscribing and liking the channel. We're super close to 500, and that's when we're going to do our Crested Gecko giveaway, which is still on. So make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you hit that share button and get us out there. Let's get to 500, and then we'll do another giveaway once we hit 1,000. So without much more talking about that, let's get right into the video. So I think the first thing it's important to talk about is hatchlings. Now these are two babies that were born August 4th, 2020. And they live in a 6-quart tub. And just to give you an idea of what size these little guys are. So just to give you guys a little size ratio of this little dude, he's about the size of my finger. And he actually lives in there with his clutch mate. So I do raise clutch mates together. I know some people do, some people don't. Either way is totally fine. You just got to monitor it with anything else. So this is a 6-quart tub. And I will raise both of them in here until they hit about 10 grams. So now let me go find you a gecko that's close to 10 grams. And I'll show you what I raised them in. Once the two geckos hit about 10 grams, I'm going to upgrade them to this right here. Now what this is this is a 15-quart tub, and let me show you the inhabitor. So this is Babs, and she or he is about 10 grams at this point, close to it, maybe 8 or 9. So you can see how sometimes I'll upgrade them a little sooner. I just kind of feel it out. Once I feel like they're big enough to go in to a 15-quart tub, you know, just like this, I'll upgrade them to that. I don't have a problem with upgrading or anything like that. So, but this is a good size. So you can see how the last one was about the size of my finger. Babs here covers up a little bit more than that. So kind of a good indicator. And something important too, whenever you're upgrading your crested gecko into something, even if it's a little bigger, make sure you're monitoring their eating still, and just make sure that they're still eating. Some crested geckos enjoy more space, while others will tend to still kind of want it smaller for a little bit. Just make sure that they're finding their food, because it's most important that they feel safe enough to go get their food. If you watch my top 5 in this video, it's kind of, if your crested gecko isn't eating, most of the time it's a foliage issue more than it is a my gecko's too scared to go get food. So just make sure that when they transfer over that they're eating well, and then kind of play that as you go. If you need to downsize, there's no shame in downsizing. So now once this gecko gets big enough, I'll show you what I will move them into after that. So once your gecko hits about 20 grams, it's time to move out of the 15-quart tub, and it's time to upgrade to either one of these guys, which is a 12 by 12 by 18, or at that point in time you can upgrade to a 66-quart tub, or really anything. I'm of the opinion typically that once a gecko hits 20 grams, like this girl right here, Gloria, she's about, well, she's closer to 40 now. So I went ahead and I found a gecko that's about 20 grams, and that'll be little Burby right here. So this is a little Burby right here, Bourbon. It's one of our male super Dalmatians, or at least ink blotch Dalmatians. Oh, good boy. So you can kind of see this is a 20-gram gecko. This is about a 35, 40-gram gecko at this point. So at this size, I would feel comfortable upgrading to either a, well, you can see the Thrive here. This is actually a 30-gallon. And then if we kind of go down a little bit, these are our 18 by 18 by 24 tall. At either one of these sizes, I'm okay with upgrading to that. Once again, it kind of all goes back to how does your gecko handle being in a larger tank. For the most part, I haven't really ever experienced much issue. I have rescued geckos that have been kind of sick, so they have needed to be in a smaller tank just so I can monitor them. And then once they get going, then I can upgrade them as we go and things like that. That's how most of our geckos actually started, so kind of cool to see. But once they hit about 20 grams, feel free to go as big as you want, as long as they're eating. And once they hit 40 grams, honestly, you can go, sky's the limit. You can make it as big as you want. You know, these guys aren't like, you know, certain like ball pythons or something like that like small space. These guys really like to get out. They like to roam a lot. They like to move around. They're very active creatures, so the more space you can give them, the better off you are. The more hides you can give them, the better off you are. Make sure you got a bunch of foliage up top, but no space is ever too big for an adult crested gecko. Not at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys what we keep some of our adults in, so you can get an idea of how we kind of do things here. So this is kind of a typical adult male tub we have here. This is 64 quarts. I'll keep my males in that. And then here's kind of an adult female tub right here. This is about 60, I believe it's 68 or 69 quarts, somewhere in there. So you can see that's kind of what we house all of our adults in. These only hold one adult in them, so all these tubs only have one adult in them. This tub right here has one adult in it. This is 112 quarts, one of our bigger females. And then down here, in these two tubs, we actually have 2 females that live in both of these tubs. We're working on getting them their own little setup soon though. Okay guys, that's the video. One thing I did want to add is if you only want to do exoterras, you can definitely do that. This right here houses our baby morning geckos in it. It's an 8 by 8 by 12 tall. You can raise baby crested geckos in that, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you didn't want to do a 6-quart tub or a shoebox tub, this is definitely something that you can look into if you just want all tanks. So that's something to remember as well. But that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share the content with all your friends. The channel's growing. It's really cool to see. I love interacting with you guys and talking to you guys. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and until next time guys, stay safe and stay positive.